They fear me. They whisper my name like a curse. Adrian Morales, drug lord, cartel king, death in a tailored suit. Violence has always been my language, power my only religion. Nothing shook me, nothing touched me, until the night I saw her. And that was the beginning of my downfall. Subscribe now so you don't miss what happens next. She didn't belong in my world. Innocent, untouched, the kind of girl who should have run the second she stepped into my bar. Instead, her eyes locked on mine, and she didn't look away. That was her first mistake. I walked up to her, close enough to feel her nerves trembling beneath her skin. "Name," I demanded. Her lips parted, her voice soft, unsteady. "Isabella." That name didn't belong in a place like this, but I wanted to hear it again. Sweeter, broken, whispered in ways she'd never dared. Before I could claim more, my men dragged in a traitor, bloody and begging for mercy. They threw him at my feet, but I never took my eyes off Isabella. She shouldn't have been there. I should have sent her away. Instead, I whispered the words that sealed her fate. "You don't belong here, innocent girl. But now you're mine." But what will I do with Isabella? I should have let her go, sent her back to her safe little world and never thought of her again. But I don't let go of what's mine, so I gave her a warning instead. "Girls like you don't survive men like me." Her lips trembled, but she whispered back, "Then why can't you let me go?" She didn't understand. No one questioned me. No one defied me. Yet this girl, this delicate, innocent creature, dared to push back. And God help me, it made me want her even more. I leaned in close enough to feel her breath against my jaw. Because, little dove, you stepped into my cage. And no bird escapes Adrian Morales. Gunfire cracked outside the bar. Instantly, my men moved, weapons raised. But I didn't flinch. I dragged Isabella behind me, shielding her with my own body. Her gasp wasn't from the danger outside. It was from me, from the way I held her like she already belonged to me. And in that moment, I knew the truth. This wasn't just lust. This was obsession. But what was waiting for us outside, I wondered. Outside, chaos. Rivals trying to send me a message. They failed. 3 men dropped before Isabella even understood what was happening. When the smoke cleared, her eyes were wide, trembling. Not just with fear, but with something else. Something darker. "Still think you don't belong to me?" I asked. She swallowed, but no words came. Her silence was all the answer I needed. I pulled her into my car, locking her inside with me. The leather reeked of gunpowder and sin. She pressed against the door like she could escape my shadow, but there was nowhere to run. Finally, her voice broke the silence. "Why me?" she whispered. I leaned closer, my words deliberate, smooth, like a sentence she couldn't escape. "Because innocence falls the hardest. And I want to watch you fall for me." Her breath shook. Her eyes burned with anger and something dangerously close to desire. And right then, I knew I'd destroyed her safe little world. And I wasn't finished yet. I told myself I could control it, that I could cage her without breaking her, that I could want her without touching her. But every look, every defiant word, every shaky breath chipped away at my restraint. At dinner, she refused to eat. I leaned across the table, forcing the fork into her hand. "Eat," I ordered, my voice calm but sharp enough to cut. She glared at me instead of obeying. That fire in her eyes should have angered me. Instead, it made me want to own her completely. Later, I caught her with a phone in her hand, whispering into it like she thought I wouldn't notice. My patience snapped. I crushed it against the wall and stepped into her space. "You don't call anyone. You don't breathe without me knowing." Tears welled in her eyes, but her chin lifted, defiant. That defiance was my undoing, because I didn't want to break her anymore. I wanted her to choose me. At that moment, I wondered how long it was going to take before I broke my own rules for her. I lied to myself. I told myself I wouldn't cross the line, that I'd keep her close but untouched. That lie didn't survive the fire she lit inside me. Days turned into nights, and every second with Isabella gnawed at my control. Her scent, her fire, her innocence. It was all poison, and I was already addicted. Finally, I snapped. I pinned her against the wall, my hand at her throat, her pulse hammering beneath my palm. My voice was low, dangerous, almost a confession. "You ruined me, Isabella." Her lips parted, soft and reckless. "Then ruin me too." That was it. The line I swore I'd never cross shattered between us. My mouth claimed hers, not gentle but violent, desperate, consuming. She tasted like sin and salvation, like everything I could never deserve, and I knew I'd burn this world to keep her. But in my world, love is weakness, and weakness gets you killed. Will she save me or destroy me? Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more dark romance stories.